So we are here once again. Mama no monko mo higher all sports GHL YouTube. You sure say oh yeah, and of course you know said this it's your usual back to back latest sports updates. Mini Biggie.
Wagu.
Biggie me monitor interview be a Rooney Baji. Could I nano Barcelona? On say nani registration issue be kakra. Na among for to say register will B team anymore. Though La Liga mudi omo yesa. Champions League no na among for say ebia na among fananka ho. Boy na ye interview be minim say ahomaso say he saying the right thing there. Also one ma Barcelona say obebo B team. No. We bought 100 games at the highest level. Intinka on accepted that some person kobo junior team no onye that because ono born Copenhagen dada ono no born Champions League dada eno akwafa no de naba e prenti as enya asem a nko ko man you emre bi Copenhagen man you drink kofo no sa agoi no bobo e prena man yes nti so nko tia da afein so Liverpool for quest to have a replacement for Mo Salah no. Minister Komoe would take deeper say Salah kwa wine eba.
Sure.
Well, I am being told this Liverpool plan. Hey, Michael Olise. Well,
Liverpool.
Player of the month for Premiership Abba. Player of the month for August Premiership. Calafiori, Hugo Ekitike, Jack Grealish, Mark Gay, Ellen Holland, Pedro, Joao, Antoine Semenyo, and Dominic Szoboszlai. Very interesting. Player of the week. Wo coach Diano Hana, coach Diano Mamimbo Bosomao, Enzo Maresca, Regis Lebris, or non a coach Sunderland, David Moyes, Everton, Anna Slot, Liverpool. And also your coach of the month nominations, you know. Enya Abba. Big before I move on to other issues, you know. Sa issues kakra me dia to dwe ohun saying na me main issues wo.
Koko Ronnie Bashi no. Honestly speaking, the player has a valid point. Because he's a top player at Copenhagen, not at Barcelona though. But over player, you look at the performance at the current club and as in the previous club. Na Oban Sana Okwa Fano and on a Woodina so now they are fan about. So he was a top player, then the performance now kind and he had the injuries kakraba na fem. But when he got fit and he played consistent football for Copenhagen, Obia would you bet me aye and our numbers on a Basa Koko fan by. Probably Barcelona didn't tell him say Okwa junior team. And this Okasa say a catch channel. So Beko junior team and Kenya and Kobeba. 100%. But on the other side of the coin, you ask yourself, say Barcelona are ready? Say Okwa for a player with that amount of money, around 2.5 million euros. No, the Nako youth team na. Say Barca better player, no, the Nako only 2.5 million euros in Congo. Because there are some of the players at Barcelona at the youth level. Now Barca turn around 2 million, 2.5, 5 million. No one for so clearly, Barcelona bought him for the senior team. But it is up to the player to prove a point to the technical handlers. Say senior team, you are competing in the same position or for the same spot with player friend Lamine Yamal. He is Barcelona's best player. Arguably. But then again, Kogu, say Lamine Yamal, he's played to the level and this is the kind of player, Ronnie Baji, and then they compete for a spot and after the same position. Aside the performance, he's also a Spaniard. And there are a lot of factors. And then Lamine Yamal, Ejina Soro, Echen Ronnie Baji. And the Baji Injin Tum, Sabana Orban, Eya Jumadin Oba Babaye, and the two Kwaku, Lamine Yamal, Ejim Posan or Form. It is not like say be a Ronnie Baji, Eba preposition with Ebia Lewandowski, Ebia Rafinha. No waka so mu age se ne wo so nti o mo be ko eja no. But Lamine Yamal age ne wo form compared to Ronnie Baji there. It is the only idea betimi ama na nya bia bo. E say injury bebam. Lamine Yamal be dey in form, Ebia bre. ebebem say season ne kɔ n'anim no any adeɛ but on big occasions big matches Barcelona here results ye probi amana be decide game a ɔmo mfa ɔmo ni nkonko to Rooney badge so abra Lami Yama wɔ hɔ eti ɛmfa wo sɛ yanka saa asɛm na nkyɛn no abrante ni ngin tu sɛ nipa no ne be compete na den. It is like uko Liverpool. Now only Mohamed Salah go compete for a spot. Uko Madrid now only Kylian Mbappe compete for a spot. It's extremely difficult. Onjintum now on cananuntum no working hard. Then the time ebeba. Now Liverpool for lease. Kwaku, it will be a perfect replacement. The kind of quality Abranti Nikita. Only Bob Brutal. Any baller or ball Bayern Munich. He showed those glimpses in the English Premier League and Sana or Germany. So what are the statistics? The last time he played in the EPL, Obo Edema Crystal Palace, he played 19 matches. Or shared 10 goals and assisted 6 times. 16 goal contribution from 19 games in the Premier League. That was in the last season of Bowie and Sana or joining Bayern. Or joining Bayern Munich last season, about 34 matches for Bundesliga or shared 12 and Omar 15 assists. 12 goals, 15 assists.
Good number. So
27 goal contribution from 34 matches. Season. The first season.
Wow.
This season, you about 2 matches, watch 3 goals, no assists.
Wow. I think, sir, the last time Namini didn't come up, Mimi Susu said the biggest problem of Michael Olise is the move to Bayern Munich.
It is not getting the needed recognition and attention and the hype because he plays for Bayern. Sir,
the last 12 months, Omo Bonchenko Palmer.
Omo Bonchenko Palmer.
But we say you can't. Nipa dodo na obi kura bugbe fu say waka sa. But maybe obo ball nti.
Yes.
Oni ball no ball.
Yes. Nti adia ebetimi aboa na say ebia Bayern be Champions League. So ho. And na ye ka Osman Dembele ho asem. Say yemfa Ballon d'Or man, he deserves the world's best player. Why? Because obo a certain PSG o manage Champions League. Say nye PSG Champions League no be ba a Ubo good football. Na Barca player, Madrid player, Ebo good footballer. Omuni jina baby ye chen wo.
Nkrobo half crowd jina
because of the kind of team he plays for. And only the Olise situation. We are not even talking about him as one of the best players in the world because of the team he plays and in the league he plays.
So Biggie, so I want us to expand this conversation. And yeah, for you to be considered as a Ballon d'Or contender, for people to recognize you as a top player, and now your performance alone, a team and also the kind of league you play in, because league in a better attract attention to you.
Yes.
Say yes, sir. Me sure say the kind of successes Robert Lewandowski and now Bayern Munich at the peak pa na say cannot bo Barcelona and I say those days you say no bo Barcelona cry can be a Ballon d'Or no kobechi ba kubi.
Sure, and even looking at the performance from Borussia Dortmund, season normal Champions League final, how good and solid he was. Especially Real Madrid, normally these big clubs in Europe, but people are not going to talk about you because you play for Borussia Dortmund.
And the Bundesliga is a problem.
Yes.
And the Jamal Musiala so or any talent
one of the best players in the world, but just because he played for Bayern. What the partners in the radio? Nipaka Jamal Musiala when we go to tournament and he's playing for Germany.
Look, or the Champions League.
Yes. A honorable nipa di Jamal Musiala Hong Kong. And when he dimba nipa no say, hey Musiala nimbo, Musiala you say you. But when it gets to the Bundesliga,
regular season,
lack of respect for the Bundesliga. Let's be honest.
True.
The Italian Serie A ampo. Baby, I right there. Do the recent performances of Inter Milan. Any certain other teams, the French League A. Now the French League A is getting that traction and attention, that traffic because of Paris Saint-Germain.
Of course.
It's the attention never bar. So we shall see Shiaka Europe no. Now we shall see Shomo. Now we conquer. Now we get Champions League now. And what has attention the bedding? Also. And yes, our league now woman. And this our recognition and hype no. We are say, and it affects players. Now Hurricane numbers now they ma Germany the kwaku. And your numbers are abnormal.
Yeah.
The Hurricane goals is scoring for Bayern.
And post what
abnormal.
But
nobody is talking about it because he's playing in the Bundesliga.
What
a few teams are compared to other leagues never from. But he has been doing it in England. It is not because the Bundesliga is weak, but it is because Harry Kane is a good striker.
You made mention of Harry Kane. all goals for Bayern Munich, all competition, the first season, 44 goals. That is good numbers, eh? Last season, Ukraina answered Anfan, or she 38 goals.
Oh yes,
all competition. But say Bundesliga, no man, the first season, or say 36 Bundesliga goals. 36,
8 times.
Wow.
From 32 games.
Wow. And the last season, or she say 26.
Or she 26. 68 from 31 games.
And this season, so swear
this season 2 matches. Washa 362, 5 goal contribution from 2 games. Wow. But he's not getting the needed attention
because it is Bundesliga.
Bundesliga. Until league now, now
okay.
So and until that there are certain players ebia obi anim baby free most of the time. Players na yen nimo mo munye no. Obo to obeba Premier League, obeba La Liga. All of a sudden he gets some sort of hype and attention. And then Master Antonio. I'm hey Onimbobo, hey Master Antonio Onimbobo. But baby na obone ball. E was South America no. Why na kwa kwahwe ni league? It's the kind of league you play. A toda a can't be. And you to a certain level in a football. With status be kosura. A general club. And this animal in a can't. Look at Obiti say Rodrigo. On your bad player. But Rodrigo is that an extraordinary player.
Yeah, on your
but a lot of the normal average players we are saying. Won't be Rodrigo Mfanka because of the Real Madrid.
Jesse no credit. What can some no?
Yes.
Jesse Nation and Manimu Yedu.
Yes. Into baby, I will see a kind any team crowd woman play a major role. I will carry him
well.
And I know they affect players like Olise. And I'm happy say Liverpool the kind of numbers are branded and and he's not a player new to the Premier League. Or both Premier League na boni and moving out of the Premier League. So coming back and settling well, Premier League ni no. Kwaku anya problem.
This boy on a Chelsea for Crepeno and
he's a quality player. He's a quality player.
Now, you made mention of Master Antoine.
Yeah.
The TN say, no, it's a story be started by from a no say, wakwaje lami yaba girl. And you say, what is our story now?
Yeah.
Shall say free. There's a Kofobi or Argentina and almost says handsome no ase. And Europe for maybe a sum. Na ni nyina de ama nkomo no kofo afa asam ni gidigidi ni nyina ne say akwai Madrid ni Barca say Madrid ni agi Barca ni o say e fa sa line ni mu a say
El Clasico mpratwe El Clasico pa
mpratwe mu El Clasico
e ja ma shiketo. Oh, but Lami Yama on
Into no. Now, Lami Yama no.
Oh, Lami Yama
on dribble park so dribble or them.
There be star boy now.
Now, Europe now be a chimping for oh man, you're careful. Now, Mama Lami Yama Bufua for Master Antoine girl for 2 on here. Safi Augustine Nila.
We need to Lami Yama.
We few. Girl, di agrona la mi yama bufua. Okwa ko ginu cry for ni nsem. Masa na u tio hwe u sa akwada etwi mpanyimfo aje sa akwada no oye small boys a.
E dey bi hwe.
Nti u la mi yama nti u betimi abaji efi ni nsem sa. La mi yama of Africa ho.
And make us a kwaku we ni se la mi yama.
Unjai story no mo yes sa mo la mi yama bufua obegin we cry for ni nsem.
Star boy. Organic for Ballon d'Or.
Now,
Antonio no echi over Europe. Over just star boy girl.
Oh, as a man crazy. But it's our mono.
We me tell me
me so far my sources no omu deny say enkofobina omu say be caught because akwaya classico mpranchemu classico na akwete say Madrid akwaje Madrid star boy akwaje Barcelona star boy.
Ebi we unyanya star boy o Madrid. Ebi Masantono de ko gute mechi na oba.
Who say asabne by supporters dey so motia. Inti Nikki Nicole. Let me am girl no. Ni poster see. Oh, omo fire girl no the poster say oh Charlie. So ni pop bonini oh adie no so on kase
agenda boys. As am for agenda that over dey na wo.
Inti asabne say no kre say nye no kre. Me so nkofo ni bi so enti sa na enyi ni kra. But say am papa so dia kebe ye hu o. David asem we dey
enyampa. But Kwaku
footballers no small boys how.
Footballers into the Kwaku Timisio.
Okay.
There are countless examples. Teammates from the same team. John Terry New Bridge. Ryan Giggs Kokofa on one in a year. It's teammates there.
You see, teammates and Kevin De Bruyne.
Maxi Lopez, don't so more there. Moro Icardi. And see, Kwaku, there are countless examples. And then no ma story ni ye hu no.
Essential for a Sibiana, Ibisimuana.
Essential for Abuchi.
Ghana.
So
Bobo players essential for
Ghana Matiba Kubida. Matiba Kubida na minim. So we no more the same radio station.
And on quite side any see.
Na minim
the body be white yana.
Me ba cho there be.
Okay. Miss me nimba ko fa mo.
Sa when the scene in young coaching.
And the each ni match them.
We be see actually party e be din start be na.
Ono a
on never yet. On
the go see the pod each.
So be ya e ono. Asa boy no nye.
Okay. Ti be white no no.
Be the money di.
Master sa de ne de ya. Inti no let's hope me susu e me pese besi. What I say because in effect me lami ama.
Players from the same club, the same national team SEO. Now how much more different clubs. One would say will be a ebi amene kwaku nenam kwaku girlfriend den amempe ba se me ko shia girl bi oba bi na menim ne boyfriend no ka chem so boy crem family
any dey no
boy star ya sa dey se enye ni nua na se enye na down for girl dey emfa no
enye ne like
enti what I'm thinking about is if the same teammates from the same clubs etimisia now how much more players from rival clubs and not different clubs but yen how it unfolds but but on the other hand, see a classical this is the yes, a Boama classical na different kind of Madrid players a Boama Stantuno. Na Barca players na Boala Yama.
As some now may say one year careful. La me kwa jiwe na if your team amintro be Obano, Master Antoine and La me Yamani. A castle phobia be Falamin.
Oh,
na based on popularity and now benya
so be an popularity and ope
na man do okay what you fan say oba no pay popularity now one say aura no
say obi an trend ne ho dia obe follow me yama but obi do no man ani nje sa ne ma no ho
ye movie
on be kofo obi a ebi mpo a wo wadwi mpo ni ne so se wo ho e je say the obi ato Range Rover am obi na obi di petrol 100 cedis
no ne de omo taye
e ka sika nko ade asanka range ni nko ade a but e be wi ase na petrol 200 Ghana
obi obi ato phone na obi ato data or the data no
data 3
afa
so you know
we are saying fair power
I thought that ye nua man bi I feel a bit weird. But you know, ultimately, that ni say chinchina obefa Lami because Lami would din at the chain master Antonio. If you know one kwanko yo no.
Well, Barcelona for more athletic, full registration. Mamisha Ghana 2 players now hono. Jersey numbers no. Biggie, yenya no me no. David Odro 18 jersey no de mano. And ma Aziz 19 Jesse inti yenya no mienu no almost a Jesse no I think say
what we are looking at and what I am looking at as a Ghanaian and it's a man any progression beko
yeah
na on say the La Masia and after the Barcelona youth team no has been one of the talent hubs in a European football and world football at large say you produce talent omo big boys omo stars obetimi abo bebre obi anim hwe kra o de yemfa ne so hwe ball ncheye e ho na Lami Yama afri
okay
nti no nko an se ka bibi de ben e de kirew nti it's a place that produce a lot of talent nti me mpai bo and say as a Ghanaian ye nuanom ni progression e be koyie na omatimi aba be those players o betimi aba national team national because when they get better it is for the betterment of our black staff. David Oduro bi ni se ne Gideon Mensah left back here no oboyi David do progression akoye and we be a big player ka Gideon Mensah be we ya kire
well asemu well progression. Mami Madrid possession. Yes, Jabi Alonso di Bibia beka Madrid ho. Na gina ho for Man U the man first na me fa enka we ho kakra. Biggie, o say Man U na that first. Uni ma de kro.
Debut.
Team a Premiership no so far team e winning second balls pa. Ebusa for ye can second balls ah. To say bia 50-50. Na my head the ball na to. Ball no beto wa do be pick sa ball no. You can say normally we no we win second balls. No English Premiership, we ta win second balls I bow. Ko ball no to wa be fa ball. E say ball no move quick nti no. We fast second ball one pass a chance. O say Amorim.
Ogu. We anya 3 points. The only idea about me the actual run is it shows there's a progression in Manchester.
Of course, second boss.
And you know, at least in Kakra, he's building something. And right from the onset, this season, United problem how United goal scoring, and only idea how Manchester United goals scoring. Any Manchester United problem. And then at least clearly you can see Amorim is building something. Oh, Manchester United bobo kunim and me bona baso for that. On for conversion rate no. And so son kan on can who Manchester United conversion rate. E Premier League ni mu and anka kwa kunka that first time come ni beje. But na say ya shasi she goals. Yeah problem at this moment.
But a positive for Madrid ni say Biggie enka Madrid for yes so press. Ya jibo need free omun say mo nam ho saa. But say statistics kire say teams are ya jibo need free omun say mo press a ball a free opponent or opponents half. It used to be Barcelona. So far, your monko be there, but so far Madrid ne lead.
It is a plus for a year. Coach a friend says Xabi Alonso. Honestly speaking, Real Madrid born just I want to share. There've been a lot of changes from how a year Carlo Ancelotti Real Madrid now upon a ball and now under a Xabi Alonso Real Madrid. Or also a bonny ball. Mejitum say the kind of opposition that Real Madrid this year in the Spanish La Liga in the first 3 games, and yet that strong. Yes, it is very true. But against weaker oppositions and as opponents, so when to me and display or style of play, you to me and what you are made of. Now only Atletico Madrid and Barcelona now be to me actually. There be untimi. Enti matches na e war from no dey for kakano. E ho na e was say you coach ne nsa no. Na ukoshia big teams. That's a ntimi amampo a you who said the match was tougher and enti na amanesa. There's a bit of progression in the Xavi Alonso game from especially in the preseason. How lackadaisical na Madrid team no enso especially in the attack. And that there are a lot of the times I will move Vinicius Junior say or track it back about the balls. Ubehu Rodrigo say or track it back about the balls. Unche de Mbappe say oh yes sir. But even there were a few times I will Kylian Mbappe say any move on nimpono that higher press on also the who shame. Oh ye be the Real Madrid bobo kono. Ni nyina akire kwan a afa so coach a friend says Xabi Alonso. As the playing style of Real Madrid. And you know just as I said about Manchester United, when any goals, but at least it is a plus for the team. Who's a coach now about HBB? I'm ranting and working gradually. And so at the moment, Xabi Alonso about for this thing because it's been a long-standing problem. And Madrid supporters, any of you are Spanish La Liga Nibiana, complaining, some Madrid players in serious, Madrid players in tackle, ya jibol as someone in Ampag so informal, but statistically, wait, that's a problem than all last season. I know be a can once no. But it is better than last season. Well, until it is a plus for the coach and the Real Madrid team.
Tony Cruz say Alexander Isak no call Liverpool no. O kapa ni padodo na o mutie no kra dodo na enim no. Aya tisika kesi akwa to no se bona no ho hye. Tony Cruz ezama.
Kaje Tony Cruz say onya botre.
Ono say won so ono de ofire ono de no o kana adwen what I say.
Most of these former players no almost share ne time no sika na the top players ne quality players no mo de beto to ne ho a eno na ye mo mu keka sa ansem no but they should know say impenifo say na nyina anse nti ewiase na ye won ade atwi na ade asabia na asem fofuroti na de bia nso ne de eba ene per the market price of players and this is the trend now and untimi blame a player friend Alexander Isak say you nim no say you nim no and you on one kasa ne ball the team ne ball and a Liverpool who so sefatabono and omatuade akwa fanaba. So it is now up to the player say oba be provi say sika no omede kokofa no oba ba be ye ho adwuma. And the Tony Cruz in tum 10 biane de eba and near done from moment time no.
Time na mo prime defensive midfielder and Manchester United na mo tin Juman. Sporting Lisbon for defensive midfielder and the was system in way pa. Now I am being told this I'm paying for say the entire omuja is deal was that no mo susu say ko for no Sporting Lisbon for na ton Victor Gyökeres there and the omuntimi Samson don another star player into to waste their time you know they needed to stop it as soon as possible. Well Cody Gakpo say ayenokre say Bayern Munich for friend what kind of cre or say ayenokre no money needing komo but actually and not say omunu Luis Diaz ewie into ono decide say or share the ball now all bonus until it was true I confirm say Bayern Munich indeed contacted him but actually they decided to go for Luis Diaz. Joao Pedro say Extevao no akura no so na sini mbobo no say na no mu ye training toss na darabia yo ban ho be catches hey akura no oni ball ni both brutal or say ni Extevao AC airborne at ni age you know Real Madrid for Vinicius Junior no what I say or say Extevao the next Vinicius Junior into Joao Pedro no
oh, yes akura no there honestly, he's shown quality for a young player around 18 years old. Na obeba a English Premier League ni mu. A terrain won't see a kind of order. Now, our first game mpobe say quality no. It tells a lot. It says a lot about the player. And you be on the team yes and there are certain players they become with a lot of experience. But obeba Premier League ni mu no kwaku on to me more. You Fernando Torres no abo Premier League na tiase. But a movie from Liverpool Bobokono, joined Chelsea. He couldn't put up any good performances. And on the one Sana Fernando Torres, a free honum. And there are a lot of players who are more experienced, even in the same league. No best switch camp, no be call on more. And for a young player to travel from South America, about England, no be show these glimpses and a quality performance in the English Premier League. There, a check the kind of quality I could say, oh boy. If he plays at the same pace, no, you're consistent by 3-5 years. England, Vinicius Junior.
Real Madrid Player of the Month for August. Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Dean Howson, Ada Gule, Aurelien Tchouameni. The entire Mark Gay, yes, say Steve Parish name and about 4 p.m. Ye close window no free boy ni say me ma unko baby a eno ka sem pese me hu ebusuafo nti say about 7 Steve Parish ene Magay ebusuafo di nkomo no ka chom say boy me ma no nko sense me nya ni replacement Besiktas for so at the 22 million euros CCA at the Arsenal for table so say omope Leandro Trossard so onye bimbo Arsenal into 22 Arsenal for mobile nyame adom ankofo no window no be close 12th of September into Turkey for no Kenya to still sign players. Meanwhile, Rehosina no coach Magay say boy no ahye no pa say adeomude ye boy ne ha no. O say ye be beginning window no e no more Steve Parish e ma boy ne tie say so onko de a nko ne woni problem. Mon kan hwe boy ne nyina adwene nyina Liverpool na last minute do na go through no just ade na AC no ahye ne pa because onye boy ne de but the way I mo treat boy no ni anje ho. Well,
Kwaku a hard game honestly speaking obi asito na obobra ho. Ne mpa boy say obinya that opportunity ebese sana brabo na edina ko animu e wa abrabom. Enti just ask everybody may assure say sana footballers and so there tie ebi obi here the Crystal Palace platform today but the Chile be here bigger one and that bigger one in the English Premier League in European football Liverpool is way bigger than Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has a project ase oma qualify mo Europe and so akwa si akan but won team fanan to Liverpool is way bigger than Crystal Palace. Enti akwada na bepe so obenya sa opportunity no wa share the woni mu. That is very true. But can you also blame team my friend say Crystal Palace? It is a no. I am saying this because Crystal Palace so a club ono so pay results so Oton Maguire. As I saw you be replace, you know. Maguire na ye din one common and they are the captain of the Crystal Palace team. He's the player about the English national team, the Three Lions. And look at his caliber of player. The last game Crystal Palace played in the league, the performance. Look at the kind of goal he scored as a centre back for Crystal Palace. And the Crystal Palace are losing. They are not losing just a player. They are losing a national team player. They are losing a leader. Our park and so, and a leader in the dressing room. And a Crystal Palace are losing. And he does a lot of things for the club, not just playing football.
Okay.
If you see such a person, now when you equal quality, I'm from Mishima. Ebe we ask now team in the and it was reported to coach in the catch says so man equal quality replacement. Well, that is the level we want to. And after you go to NT, who blame me Crystal Palace in now the ball lies in the court of the player. Oh, Akwanya said 2026, Uko free. It is the only idea we not our best and the amount to you.
And a Cressa Mbappe, the best player we are CCC and Mike Lowe Neka. Maybe before that, Nami Cheki Bibiwo Barcelona for Stadium was CCC. Menoka CCC, but also more tested scoreboard. Until we show our match Barcelona 0, Valencia 0, 45 minutes.
Oh,
see, almost tested scoreboard.
Are they? Oh, so tested, yeah. Not only Valencia, first half. Boys on Toronto, first half draw. Because we Kebianka, first 45 minutes, Barcelona 3, Valencia 0. Now, how do you go on? We say yes. Barca is back. Now, you're 0-0.
Yeah, you have 1 minute. By Colombia in some more cano, on any yarding.
Koku, Menene Yardwin 100%. Yes, Menene Yardwin because I say, they be a football no becoming a big player. It is a status you have to achieve with the years of consistency and quality football. We Lionel Messi, we Cristiano Ronaldo. A lot of these players from Europe says here, how many of them are in terms of consistency at the top level? Mbappe. Mbappe shall see a Ginny at a young age.
Yeah, young. On it,
yes.
World Cup.
Yes, and since then he has never looked back.
Yeah,
it is high years of consistency now. They build it. Ebenya status as a big footballer. Kylian Mbappe but how many of these European footballers and then do the kind of consistency this status Mbappe so Real Madrid the Champions League near their last season. They said the Paris Saint-Germain na. Menya sure sen Ballon d'Or ko be player for Frobidin because of the status of Mbappe. It's minimum Michael Owen ya adwene kwaku.
Okay. Nyame nshira bebre bigi. Ye besan so Asia your next video. Bye bye.